Whiting with Paddle TV with another in-depth, unbiased gear review. And in this video, I am reviewing something you wouldn't necessarily think goes together. It's a fishing kayak, but it's an inflatable kayak. In fact, this is the first inflatable fishing kayak that I've ever tested and that I really know about. A dedicated inflatable fishing kayak. This is the Sea Eagle 385 FastTrack Angler. The Sea Eagle 385 FastTrack Angler retails for $1,199 with the deluxe seat with upgrade options. It's 12 feet 6 inches long. It's 36 inches wide. It weighs 44 pounds or 20 kilograms. It has a capacity of 635 pounds or 290 kilograms. Its primary use is kayak fishing. The 385 FTA has customized front and rear spray skirts with built-in rod, tool, hook, and lure holders. The boat is made of a more durable and 29% thicker hull material than the non-angler version of the 385. It has non-slip EVA foam padding on the floor for added protection. It has a built-in fish ruler, 4 carry handles, 2 on each end and 2 on the sides. It has 2 drain valves, a drop stitch floor for rigidity, a large removable fin, and a drop stitch keel for tracking purposes. It also has 18 D-rings to secure seats and gear. It comes with a nylon carry bag and a repair kit, and seats and paddles depending on the package you get. Well, it definitely looks fishier than the 385 non-angler FastTrack that I've already tested, but I am hoping to get this thing on the water here at Watts Bar Lake in Tennessee to make this thing smell fishier too. So let's get this boat on the water, give it a good test, and find out how she works as a fishing kayak. I'm back from a most excellent day on Watts Bar Lake. This is an amazing fishery. I didn't prove that today because I caught a grand total of no fish. I did catch a nice piece of wood though. But let's talk about how the kayak actually performs. And let's start with portability, like I always do. Now this is a 44-pound inflatable kayak that's maybe a little on the higher end of inflatable kayaks, but for fishing kayaks, it's not a lot of weight at all. Fishing kayaks these days, you can pretty much expect them to range from, well, non-portable, from 50 pounds to 140 pounds. A lot of fishing kayaks, they're like little bass boats that you can't expect to move around by yourself, and you need trailers for them. So top marks for portability for a fishing kayak. This, even at 44 pounds, which isn't that heavy, it's a very portable kayak. In the bag it comes with, it is substantial to move around. It's not something that you can easily carry a long distance to the water. You might want a second person, but as a single person you can carry it for pretty easily over a short distance. What I did like about the bag it comes with too is that it's one of those bags that just kind of fold on top of each other. It means you can be like me. At the end of the day, you can be lazy about folding the kayak back up and not do a perfect job and still get it back in the bag without a problem. So anyway, let's move on. Comfort. Now, it's an inflatable kayak, so the side tubes are not drop stitch, which means they only pump up to about 3 psi. There's a little bit of softness there, which makes them comfortable. It's got a nice EVA deck pad over the floor, which adds a little bit of comfort too. Your heels are comfortable. I was using bare feet in this kayak for a good chunk of time. The seat. This is the deluxe seat that comes with it. Now it's a raised platform, which is really nice for fishing. It keeps, if you did get any water in here, which I didn't, but it keeps your butt off the ground very comfortably. It's a nice cushion. I was fishing for 5.5, 6 hours today and never felt uncomfortable at all. You know, high marks for comfort. The only thing I would say about comfort, the only drawback is it doesn't have any type of foot pegs, foot brace system. And so when you're doing a lot of paddling, that there is a loss of comfort there when you don't have support for your feet. But you're fishing most of the time. This is designed for fishing rather than a lot of paddling. This boat also comes with a variety of options. It comes with well, let me show you. Boom, just like that. The other option that you have with this kayak is getting this 360 swivel seat. And you can see it's a much more elevated platform too. It's also very padded. This is about a $200 upgrade, and it comes with Scotty rod mount holders that go right in here. So you have them right beside you. You could mount anything there. So that's a nice upgrade. I didn't use this today. I didn't test this today. And the reason I didn't do that is, the reason I chose this seat is because we had a windy day today. And we were going to be paddling potentially a long way. And a seat this high in windy conditions, or not even in windy conditions, it's not as great for paddling. This lower seat position is a better paddling position. This is a better fishing position. I was going to do more paddling today, so I chose the paddling position. So now let's talk stability. Now, a key characteristic for a fishing kayak is stability. If you're worried about tipping while you're fishing or catching or landing a fish or anything like that, that's a real problem. Not to mention the fact that if you did flip, you have a lot of expensive gear sometimes in your kayak that you can lose. So fishing kayaks are designed to be as stable as possible. Is this thing stable? Absolutely. It's super stable. Nice flat platform. The hull, it's 36 inches wide. That's a wide kayak. It's not crazy wide, but it's a wide kayak, and it's as stable as you'd expect it to be. It would be pretty darn hard to flip this thing. You're probably going to fall out of the kayak before the kayak actually flips. I tried standing in this thing, and I was standing and fishing for a while, and it was pretty good. The only challenge with standing in this thing and fishing is the fact that because of the thickness of the side tubes, your feet have to be closer together in the boat. The tubes just take up space. And when you have your feet closer together, you aren't as stable. It's not that the kayak isn't stable, it's just that you can't be as stable. The wider your stance is, the more stable you are. And so, yes, you absolutely can stand and fish from this thing, but you can't get that ultra wide stance you can get in some hard shell fishing kayaks that make it feel more stable. Performance. This is where this boat is pretty interesting. This is a 12.5 foot long, 36 inch wide inflatable kayak. Now, anything that's 36 inches wide is not designed for speed. A decision was made that, hey, we're going to make it more stable than fast. But the problem with most inflatable kayaks is the bottom of the kayak is flat, is very flat. And that's why they put the removable fins on the kayaks at the stern, is to help it track, because without it, they can slide all over the water and spin too easily sometimes. And that back fin helps it to go straight. But still, the problem was the bow of the kayak, when you paddle, it has a tendency, it's not being held in place, has a tendency of waffling back and forth. And that's unavoidable with a boat that has a flat bow. And so what they did with this kayak is they created an inflatable bow keel to help turn that flat inflatable hull into a carving or tracking hull. And well, it's a 36-inch kayak. This thing was not designed to be a high-performance paddling machine, but that bow keel has a significant impact on its paddling performance. It definitely tracks better than an equivalent inflatable kayak without it. So is it a high performing machine? No, it's a 36-inch kayak that's designed to have a lot of stability. But it's a real upgrade. That bow keel really improves its tracking and paddling performance. Now, features. This boat, fishing kayaks can be rich with features, but you know, actually the biggest thing that fishing kayaks really have for features is the ability to customize, the ability to add features, add electronics, add rod holders, add, you know, whatever. And this boat is designed to do that quite well. It has in it integrated rod holders, which I've never seen rod holders like this before, but I tested them today and they totally work. Are they as quick and as convenient as other rod holders? Maybe not, but they work very well. They have cutouts for lures. It has bungees on the bow and stern to be able to attach gear if you need to. The EVA deck pad is a nice touch because it made it comfortable on my heels, but also it provides that added protection from hooks. I didn't feel any concern at all about having some lures hanging around in the floor of this kayak, even though it's an inflatable kayak. And then of course there's the seats. The seats, the different options for this kayak, having the deluxe seat, which I really liked. A very comfortable seat, and that elevated position, it was a nice elevated position, but then the option to go to the 360 swivel seat to get a real fishing machine look and just more of a fishing performance, a higher vantage point, be easier to stand up from that higher position. You know, if you're going to be doing a lot more fishing than paddling, then that's probably the direction you do want to go. The other feature that's nice in this thing is tons of D-rings, 16 D-rings surrounding this thing. So just got lots of points to attach, move the seat around, attach gear. You may not use that many of the D-rings, but the fact that it has that many in different spots just means you can customize. So now let's talk value. This kayak retails for $1,200. And that's the version that comes with this seat, of course the kayak, the seat, the carry bag, the repair kit, the pump, and even a paddle. You basically get everything you need to hit the water except a life jacket. And well, of course, your fishing tackle. $1,200 for a high quality kayak, paddle, everything you need, that's a good deal. That's not a bad deal. I mean, can you get cheaper fishing kayaks with all these things? Well, yes, you can. Can you get cheaper portable fishing kayaks? I don't know if you can. I don't know of one, and I certainly don't know of one that I would trust with hooks and, you know, the things, the tackle you have lying around. This is designed for fishing, this boat here. It's an inflatable that is designed, it's reinforced, it's super durable. I mean, I tested it in the sense that I had lures scattered on this thing throughout the day, and I was never worried about it because it just feels protected and solid. So $1,200, is it worth it? Well, that's really up to you. I mean, for me, I think you're getting a fishing machine, but also something that's portable. You're not going to find something of this quality, of this caliber, for cheaper. There's no doubt about that. So the question of value really comes down to you. Is having a portable fishing kayak worth $1,200 to you? So that brings us to who it's for. Well, it is a fishing machine. There is a slightly cheaper and lighter version of the 385 FastTrack that's a non-angler version. Would I fish from that boat? Yeah, you know, I still would fish from that boat. I'd be a bit more careful maybe, but there's still, I mean, these boats are still built so strong. But if you're an angler, having the rod holders for this thing, having the extra durable side tubes, the EVA foam pad, the extra expense, the extra weight on this thing to have those things, I think it's a worthwhile upgrade. And so this boat, the FastTrack Angler, is for anglers. If you're not an angler, you might as well go for the FastTrack non-angler version, unless you really like the colors of this one better. So there you go. I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. I mean, I've really enjoyed reviewing something different here, a fishing kayak that's an inflatable kayak that, you know, the whole idea of opening up the world to people who can't transport or store a full-size kayak, but they want a fishing kayak. That's what this thing is for. I think it does a great job. The best testimonial I can give for it is probably that while I was fishing today, I forgot that I was in an inflatable kayak. And that says a lot right there. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and leave a comment down below if you have experience in the 385 FastTrack or the FastTrack Angler, and let us know your experiences. I just had a full day on the water, but a lot of you have a lot more experience with this thing and have maybe ironed out some of the kinks, figured out some customizations you can do to this boat. Let us know, and we'll see you again for another paddling tip, paddling gear review, or paddling adventure.